Daily Wire has released Lady Ballers, the most controversial film. I'm just going to say it because I think they say something like that in their trailer. The most controversial film of the year.
I think it's like the most politically incorrect film of the year.
That is a good way to put it as well. I watched it last night, and I will be given my honest Christian reaction because there is a good amount of intrigue. How's this film for Christians? We're talking about it. Also, Tauren Wells has been receiving backlash, and we're going to talk about that and more. Welcome to P&M After Dark. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Now, the goal is for you to say that at the same time as me, Morgan.
I don't know if it'll ever happen now that I'm pregnant.
Let's talk about it. All right. Without further ado, welcome everyone in the chat. We are pumped to see you guys. We're hoping you're having a great night, as we are, even though Morgan is feeling sleepy.
It's more than sleepy, babe.
You're a little quiet as well. Can we get a little louder?
It's pregnant and exhausting. It has been a heck of a 2 days. Heck of a 5 days, really.
Well, Morgan, I want to move right.
Yeah, let's go.
Into Lady Ballers. But before I do, I mean, I want to know, though, like, what's been the hardest part of the last few days for you, pregnant mama Morgie?
Everything. We're going to Florida tomorrow. Well, we're stopping in Georgia at our friends Nate and Sutton's house, and then we're all
Florida State was robbed.
going to Florida together. What?
College football reference.
Brother. And I just am exhausted by thinking about all of the stinking things to pack. It's so much. There's so much, and I'm exhausted.
You know, Morgan, one of the great things about the P&M After Darks is I'm bringing the energy, you are bringing the chill. And sometimes those dynamics are relatable. You got this, baby girl. Slap it on me and let's talk about.
I don't have enough energy to lift my arm.
You can't even lift your...
The fact that I'm holding this microphone is a miracle.
Wow. Well, here, I'm gonna come to you. Ding, ding. All right. Lady Ballers. And by the way, I see the Archon says, not gonna lie, love the hoodie. First super chat of the stream. Archon, glad you're here, brother. Shout out to all the patrons in the stream. Morgan, all right, to kick off my review of Lady Ballers, I went over to a friend's house. We watched it together. Mm-hmm. To kick off my review, I just want to say, like, I'm coming at this from hopefully a non-biased Christian perspective. Obviously, I support free speech. I like so much of what the Daily Wire does, but I'm not going to just come over here and lavish praise on the film because it was a non-woke film. I'm going to give a non-biased...
Great. We all appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. So to kick things off, show the picture that I pulled into.
I did not watch it, FYI, guys. So this is just me being like, is this it?
That's the picture I wanted you to show.
What the heck is this?
Why do you think I'm showing this picture, Morgan? Those of you who are really in tune with what's going on in the news know exactly what this is. Morgan, why am I showing this?
What is it? I just haven't... I mean, is that a dude up there? Wait, is it two guys and one girl? I'm so confused.
Morgan, this happened a few days ago.
Uh-huh.
If you notice, two of these individuals do not look like the other individual.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you which is which, but two of the podium spots...
Pretty sure we can all guess.
In the women's single speed category at the Illinois State Cyclocross Championships went to first place. You see there a certain Tessa, and then in parentheses, Michael Johnson, gold, and Evelyn Williamson took silver. And then we have the bronze went to the actual lady, and she seems to be as happy as a clam.
Yeah, she went home and she cried.
I would think so also. That picture.
Assuming.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, that was it.
Oh, I thought.
I said I'm just assuming.
Oh, you're just, okay. Tim Pool retweeted that, and he says, That woman is so happy, though, the one who got bronze.
Uh-huh.
It warms my heart that she knows her place, which is beneath the men. And with that true story from a few days ago, play 20 seconds of the trailer for Lady Ballers by the Daily Wire.
All right, let's see if I can find it. Okay, there it is.
World where women's sports is being transformed. The Daily Wire calls foul with the most triggering comedy of the year.
Oh, wow. Way to end the clip on a man's butt. Thanks for that.
Oh, I could have played more of it. Then it proceeds to go into the storyline following this coach. So, Morgan, let's talk about it. What did you think of that 20 seconds?
Well, I've seen the full trailer and several clips from the movie. And, you know.
Yeah, what is, before I break this down, what's your reaction to this film coming out?
Well, obviously, I'm like, yeah, make it. And let's just shove it to the people who are loony bins thinking that it's okay to take over the women's sports world. Like, what literal
Oh, so you're
insane people.
so you're actually very passionate. You seem very passionate about this subject.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hold that, kindle that passion for a moment. So, I think there are a good amount of people that are, again, kind of like, well, okay, let me break this down. On Instagram, I had a number of people message saying like, "Oh, can you share your review, Paul? Because I'm kind of like not sure if I should watch this film. Is it going to be like inappropriate? Blah 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 blah." So, quick storyline: you got this coach who was once a big-time coach, big into winning, high school coach, and then fast forward 12 years or whatever, he's down on his luck. He has gotten a divorce from his wife. The coach, by the way, is played by the CEO of the Daily Wire, Jeremy Boring. Mm-hmm. You got cameos from all the Daily Wire cast, literally. I mean, like
Daily Wire people
cast,
employees,
right? Commentators. That's fun. He gets divorced from his wife. His wife marries or is with this guy played by Matt Walsh, who's just this big liberal. Mm-hmm. He ends up wanting to win again, and somehow he gets this team. If you watch the trailer, he gathers this team that used to be his high school winning team, but they're just kind of down and outs now. He puts on wigs. He has this news reporter that's like encouraging him to do this, saying, "You guys should do this. This will be the biggest story ever." So they put on wigs and they start competing in women's basketball and dominating, with some hiccups throughout. But that's the general premise. All right, so I'm just gonna be real. I went into it thinking to myself, like you just said, Morgan, I hope that this film just sticks it to the idiocy of men taking over women's sports. Because in my passionate opinion, like Morgan's, it is outrageous that this is happening under our very noses. And there seem to be so many, I don't know what was going on with the girl who just took bronze there, but she was smiling and pumping her fists in the name of inclusivity. And
well, of course she was. She's on camera. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't be.
And some people, well, that's true. But, you know, a lot of people cave to the pressures of, oh my goodness, if I don't look happy right now in this photo, like I'm going to be destroyed for being transphobic.
I'd have the biggest frown.
Well, okay, we all know you would.
I would have the biggest.
You're not her.
I would have such a big frown. So I'm thinking to myself, I hope that this film lands. I don't know exactly what I'm anticipating. It's by the Daily Wire. Not many of these people are, you know, big time actors.
None of them.
They're political commentators. And then the people that they're pulling that maybe aren't political commentators probably aren't going to be big time actors, because where are you going to go after this film? You think Hollywood's going to invite you in with open arms? So a little bit of a pickle, but I'm hoping this film lands in that they give us a feature-length film that just destroys this narrative of men playing, biological men, whatever you're going to call it, playing in women's sports. And I also hope that this film is genuinely funny. I want to laugh pretty hard throughout, and I hope that it doesn't go too far. And there's kind of this debate and really this moral dilemma. And Morgan, you and I experienced this when we went and heard Awaken with JP, JP Sears.
This is before he became a Christian.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So he actually had JP Sears had a Christian conversion?
Yes, like a year ago.
I saw something about that.
Yeah.
Well, we went thinking this guy is non-woke and he's a conservative. So his stand-up comedy special is going to be decent.
Mm-hmm.
And he and his what would you call the people, the comedians?
Opening act.
Yeah. How did you feel about that?
Horrendous. Like, I'm mad at myself and Paul for not getting up and leaving. We should have left. But the one reason that we were like, we're going to stay was because we were like, surely JP is not going to be like this. Like his opening act. Like, if we can just get through this guy. Like, we just sat there. Like, we didn't laugh. We were just like, this is terrible. And then JP came on and he started talking and he started saying things and it was just like, what in the world?
Yes.
So,
He wasn't as bad as his opener, but it was still raunchy. It was still, for a Christian that's desiring, to love the Lord and walk in purity, it was rough.
yeah.
Hopefully he's cleaning it up. But so that is to say, just because something is conservative and anti-woke doesn't mean it's wholesome Christian content. It doesn't mean it's glorifying to the Lord. However, on the flip side, there are going to be Christians that say, oh, we shouldn't be making fun. We shouldn't be engaging in jokes that are maybe edgy. We shouldn't do any of that. And I would push back on that and say, sometimes in order to expose agendas that actually have huge harm and are anti-truth and anti-God and are trying to literally overtake our nation, and maybe that sounds extreme, that's kind of how I feel. You kind of have to, okay, I don't want to say you have to, but there is a place to just make fun of it and show how crazy this is.
Yeah, to use humor to wake people up.
I saw the prophet Elijah saying some pretty sassy things to the prophets of Baal. I read the Apostle Paul saying some sassy stuff. Jesus got a little sassy. I think there's a place for that. All that to say, this film did a good job of showing the idiocy of what is literally taking place under our noses. There were a number of scenes that was like, wow, that almost is, it's hard to watch because it's so shocking and just outrageous. Oh, and that's literally happening. You got this male that puts on a wig and is just destroying women. Oh, wait, what just happened in the MMA not long ago? This guy goes in there, it's a, TRANS guy, just destroys this woman's face, destroys her. Terrible. You got these sports, lacrosse, or not even the physical ones, and
swimming.
And that they played into that. What's her name? Riley Gaines. Shout out to Riley, was in the film. And so it is just making what is happening right under our noses appear as outlandish as it really is. I like that about the film. However, there were some inappropriate things that they did not need to bring into the film, Morgan. There was, with the coach played by Jeremy Boring, you can really go hard after the craziness and make jokes about it to show how crazy it is, but there's this sexual-ish relationship with this reporter. There's jokes about that have nothing to do with what I believe is the heart and thrust of the film.
Yeah.
That we're hoping to see. And there were several times where I was like, man, they had to throw this in. It's going to make it hard for me to recommend this film because of that. Also, acting-wise, I kind of mentioned that they're pulling these guys that it's fun to see Matt Walsh playing this hippie. It's fun to see, the CEO of Daily Wire playing the lead role. It's fun to see blah, blah, blah. But you can just tell, for anyone that's actually like somewhat of a movie critic, it's like, okay, these jokes that they're saying, maybe they're thinking because they are anti-woke jokes that
they'll be funny.
Yeah. like, oh my goodness, people. But if I'm just being real, yeah, maybe some people that just hate the woke stuff are going to just laugh because they're anti-woke. But the comedic timing and stuff didn't feel too great to me.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I did not laugh as hard as I had hoped I would, and as many times as I had thought that I would. And as a whole, the film, to me, even though there were a few spots that were funny, there were a few spots that were more heartfelt and really like packed a punch, it kind of just dragged a little bit and was not, I did not walk away being like, yes, that was a heck of a film. Yeah. And largely, there were just the actors were pretty inexperienced.
So, what would you rate this film, Mr. Movie Critic? I told Paul I knew that him going in to watch this movie that he wasn't going to like it as much as he thought he was going to like it. Because,
how did you know that?
Because he is such a movie critic. Like, he is very... Like, every movie he watches, he has to, like, be like, the acting was blah, 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 the filmography was la, 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 the music, la, 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 the script, the plot, blah, 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 blah.
And that's, so maybe some people could watch this and appreciate.
Yeah, I was like, the Daily Wire is not going to make a movie that lives up to Paul, movie critic guy.
It was a little hard for me a number of times throughout the film. Maybe I should have just lowered my expectation more.
Yeah.
All in all, the film had good parts. I think it could have been, the whole film could have been reduced to a 5-minute mini, whatever you call it. Short film or skit, kind of like what Babylon Bee does. And I think it would have still had kind of the same pop. I don't think it needed to be a feature-length film. I give Lady Ballers a 6.5 out of 10.
That's not very good, FYI, for Paul's reviews.
6.5 out of 10. There you go. My favorite character in it was Michael Knowles' character, where he kind of gets canceled for saying stuff that was a little too not woke, because he's kind of stating the obvious, and he starts getting canceled. So he returns back to do his news reporting of the sports event, and he has embraced his ancestral Native American heritage and stuff to make up for his...
Wait, what was Brett Cooper's role?
Same boat. Her and Michael Knowles were both... They both were kind of insensitive, so that next time they both embrace their Native American heritage. All right, let's move on, Morgan.
What in the world?
Before we get to the Backlash.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, guys.
The Backlash?
I'll get to that. Comment below, you guys. Lady Ballers, do you plan on seeing it after my review? Does that affect what you were going to, whether you're going to see it or not? Have you seen it? And if so, I want to hear your reaction. All right, before we get to our boys Backlash Christian singer.
Tauren Wells.
Thank you. Tauren Wells. You saw something today that caught your eye.
Yes, I did.
What is it?
Well, any of y'all remember watching, I think it was called The Hills? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or was it called Laguna Beach? Or was it called The Hills on Laguna Beach?
This woman was not in Laguna Beach, to my knowledge. Not that I've ever even seen it, but I just know some of the actors.
Maybe it was The Hills. I don't know. But anyway, she was a part of some reality TV show, I think. I could be off. But anywho, her name's Kristin Cavallari. She's got a podcast, and it's pretty popular pop culture podcast. I mean, she, I think, just kind of shares whatever the heck is on her mind. She interviews peeps.
Yeah, I mean, I know this woman's name. By the way, I do want to get to some of your all's reaction. I meant to do that. Like, I want to engage with some of what people are saying with kind of the end as we wrap up each new segment. What do you think? Should we do this one and then we'll just get to it? Okay.
You're not about to cut me off.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to cut you off. So we'll get to your all's reaction to topic number 1 here in a little bit.
So, anywho, she was on her podcast and she was talking. She was like doing a Q&A maybe, and she answered a question that was like when should you have sex with the person you're dating? And this is what she said. Let me just play the clip for y'all, and let's just talk about how alarming this is.
Okay.
How many dates till you sleep with a guy? I've been on this thing in the last 2 years maybe of being like, you should make him wait 3 or 4 dates. I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter if you sleep with him the first date or the 10th date. If there is chemistry and feelings there, it doesn't matter.
So just
Is
I
she?
heard that.
I guess a genuine question is what we just heard from this woman who's pretty popular. Is that indicative of a good amount of people?
Yes, I would say yes.
Because I would think even non-Christians would kind of cringe at that. Am I wrong?
I don't know, but this is definitely a belief that is not unpopular in the world. So I listened to that and I was just like, what in the world? I found the clip through Alex Clark from Politics, and she said, I hope any woman who is listening to this has just a tiny bit more self-respect than this woman does and realizes that this is ridiculous. But I just thought it was funny that she was like, for 2 years now, I was like, you make them wait 3 to 4 dates. I was like, what?
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
That's really making them wait. You go, girl. Not. So, but I think what stood out to me the most is she was like, if there's chemistry and feelings there, then you go for it. It doesn't matter when you have sex. If it's the first date or the 10th date or 3 years from now, whatever. I just think that's so interesting, and that is indicative to our world that we live in and the mindset that people have, which is whatever I feel, I will act upon. And that's so alarming to me, and this advice is so harmful. One, there's so much scientific proof out there now that hookup culture is not healthy or beneficial to both male and females. It causes depression in more men and women who are involved in hookup culture. It causes lack of self-respect in your own self if you're involved in hookup culture. There's just so much proof out there that hookup culture is crap. And so this idea of well, I'm feeling like we have a good connection, guess I'll just go ahead and have sex after the first date.
How are people just kind of in general reacting to, is this kind of video making some rounds, making some waves?
Yeah, it was on page 6. And that's where Alex Clark found it.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read through any of the comments, but I'm sure that I don't even know, honestly, how people are reacting. I'm too scared to find out.
Can I Christianize the statement that she just made?
Sure.
She said, go with how you feel and what
the chemistry.
Is there chemistry?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, have sex right away. Why wait 5 to 6 dates? Why deprive either of you of the joy of that?
Yeah.
My Christian version of this is, when should you lock lips with the person that you're seeing?
She would say 1 minute into the date.
No, but because, I think of Christian friends, and they have told us about their dating life, and then they say, and on date number 4, we kissed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of when should the kissing
At
start?
the altar of marriage.
When should the kissing start?
I think if you want to play it safe and not cross boundaries and not even be tempted, you'll still be tempted, but you will have a lot less temptation to cross even more boundaries if you don't cross that one boundary of kissing. Better just wait till the altar, but
what?
But I don't think that that's necessary. We didn't wait until we got married, but we did wait until until Paul asked my parents for permission to marry me. And so it was very much so in our brains of like,
Yeah.
we're getting married like within the next couple months.
That's what I was going to say was there was for us, and what I would encourage, if not further than what we did, seriously, I'm not just saying that seriously, is like for us, there was a sense of, I have gotten permission from the Father to marry this woman. This is who I'm marrying. Now we kiss. Mm-hmm. Again, I would have waited even longer. So the idea of just kissing when when you feel a connection, okay, that doesn't mean much at all.
Right. You can make a connection with probably almost anyone you go on one date with. There will most likely be chemistry and feelings of some sort because, first of all, you're on a date with them. Like, you're on a date with them for a reason, and it was because you already felt chemistry and feelings with them through the online dating app that y'all connected on, through the texting, through the Instagram, through however you met.
And even, sometimes it maybe would seem like, oh, the girls are more emotional. I'm just saying for myself, whenever I was about to go on a date with a girl, like, I was pumped. I got like super excited and like thinking, where could this go? And like, it is an emotional thing for men too. And so I agree with what you're saying, Morgan.
Yeah, I don't know, guys.
I hope our audience would see that clip and be appalled.
Everyone in the comments was like, what?
Very good.
So yeah, there you guys have it. Just beware that that's advice celebrities are giving.
Just beware. Beware.
This is what your little cousins are listening to. So when you hang out with them on Christmas, just be like, so what's going on in life? How you doing? Are you dating?
That is so true. Like, I think of some of our younger kind of cousins, nieces, nephews that perhaps
we don't have any nieces or nephews that are dating.
Just, what I mean, that are maybe getting ready to start. You know what I mean? Cousins. And it's like, if maybe their family dynamics are not like really Christ-centered, and I'm not saying for any specific, if you're watching any of our cousins or nieces and nephews, but like if that's not there, then likely they're watching this stuff and being impacted by it. And so it is a good opportunity to talk about faith and politics over Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Let's jump in. I want to hear from you guys before we get to the next topic. Where are you guys at with the Lady Ballers topic or with Kristin Cavallari?
Yeah.
Oh, did I say the name right? I was waiting for you to correct me. Boom. Kristin Cavallari.
Kristin Cavallari.
Kristin Cavallari. Where are you guys at with it?
Oh, man.
Let's see, you guys. Jumping into what you guys are writing in. Right in. Off the word reactions. Bingo, Paul. I think sometimes conservative channels focus too much on just making fun of or getting them, but there is also a need to expose. So going back to that film, I think that there can be both. I think there is a healthy place for both. Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, it looks like there's a little bit of going back and forth in our comment section.
Well, we will not get involved in that.
Okay. Morgan says we will not get involved.
Timmy says, Morgan, I'm now tired as a result of the yawning.
I get it. I mean, Morgan's energy level is sitting about a 1.5.
You literally said yawn and I yawned. Sorry, guys. I'm not sorry. I'm pregnant, so get over it.
Archon says, I'm guessing I would agree with Paul on this, but I haven't seen it. Let's see. What is a Woman was funnier? I didn't laugh once watching Lady Ballers, Rachie says. I do think that as a whole, What is a Woman was a more impactful piece of work.
Yeah.
Even though apparently Lady Ballers
I didn't watch it, but yeah.
You watched?
No, What is a Woman I watched, but Lady Ballers, yeah.
Yeah. I think even though Lady Ballers brought in, they said it was like the biggest, whatever you call it, release that they've done. What is a Woman was more impactful.
I mean, of course it's the biggest one. It's got literally every one of their employees in the movie, and they're all marketing it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it probably brought in so much. I think the budget for it was around $7 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Not bad compared to Hollywood's that are like 280 million.
You know what's funny, Morgan? The friend that I was watching it with was like, all right, let's see how much they spent on it. And I said, let me guess. And I was like, 7 million. And he goes, that's exactly the amount. Not trying to brag on myself, but, you know.
Olivia says, I hope Snow White is better quality. Honestly, me too. It better be freaking amazing. I'm telling you what.
Well, and they did.
Like, you can't do Snow White and not do it incredibly well.
But they have done.
It's going to be embarrassing.
They did.
For everyone involved.
Gina
including me.
Gina Carano is a more seasoned actor. She was in Terror on the Prairie, which I have not seen yet.
Okay.
But I'm assuming that the acting was more solid in that one.
Hopefully so. And then they have the other one about the school. I won't say the other words, but and the main girl
was pretty big.
It's an actress.
Michaela says I wasn't going to watch it, and I'm still not. LOL. Carolina Snow says I only liked Matt Walsh and Brett Cooper's clips. Brett Cooper has done acting before, and she was
an actress before.
She was a bright spot.
Michaela, thank you for your super chat. She says, honestly, Morgan's energy level is exactly the level of chill I needed today. That's right.
Shout out to Morgan's energy level. Morgan, we're just glad you're here.
Thank you.
Are you putting some of our viewers to sleep?
Thank you, Timmy Jesus Freak. I forgive you.
Are you putting some of our viewers to sleep? Probably, but they're probably going to sleep with our voices in their headsets.
Exactly. What better way to fall asleep?
And then they will dream.
So, you guys are welcome.
About my
The Archon says Terror on the Prairie was good, actually.
They will dream of my summary of Lady Ballers. All right. Thank you, Michaela Huffman, for the super chat. Thank you for the first 2 super chats of the stream by 2 of our beloved patrons.
Oh, we got another super chat.
Oh, we got another patron in the house coming in clutch.
Nose.
What's up, Crash? Good to see you on here, bro.
Maybe I'm just a normie, but I thoroughly enjoyed Lady Ballers.
Ooh.
As far as the spicy scenes, I appreciated that they did it without nudity or an actual scene. Well, that is a plus.
Crash, I hear you. And the guy that I watched it with, at the end of it, he was like, that met my expectation. He was like, I liked that movie. So there's obviously going to be different reactions to it. And it absolutely could have been worse. I'm just giving my perspective. I wish they had left it out, and it made me cringe.
Mm-hmm. But you're not a normie, Crash. Paul is just a weirdie.
Hey.
It's true.
We can both be normies. We can be normies with slightly different perspectives. Now let me try this strawberry watermelon prime hydration drink with 10% coconut water.
That was supposed to be for our car drive tomorrow.
What, this whole thing?
Wow.
I see it on the counter. It comes into the P&M After Dark with me. I'm going to give it a fair rating, okay?
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Any day now.
What flavors am I getting here?
Well, it's strawberry watermelon.
No, that's not it.
Okay. Anywho.
6.75 out of 10.
Brother, let me taste it.
Absolutely.
Ew. It's so sweet.
They literally were like, let's just make this.
That is sick. That is just putridly sweet.
It's
I
like
can't
syrup.
believe you like it.
I said 6.75, if that's what you call
But you've drank Prime before.
Pride?
Prime!
This could be called Pride.
Pride comes before the fall. All right. We're going to move on. I don't know if Paul is, but we are. We're moving on to Tauren Wells and the Pushback. No, the Backlash. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Of his newest song called God is never mad at me.
Go ahead. No, babe, seriously. Sing for us. This would be a good opportunity while I pull up the story for you to sing a little bit for us.
Well, first of all, I actually have no idea what the song is called,
No,
nor do
you were
I know
close.
the lyrics.
You were very close.
But it was something like that.
The song is called Crazy About You. Morgan?
Oh, we love that.
Well, what?
It's already wrong in my book.
Oh, okay. Hey, Tauren, if you watch this, before Tauren, you think we're gonna like judge you really harshly, chill out. We're about to get to it.
Chill
Morgan,
out.
I think the good thing to start things off with would be, here is the lyrics. Try to sing what you think the song sounds like. What do you think that song would sound like? I just like hearing you sing.
Oh my goodness. Does he rap or does he sing? Is he an R&B?
He sings. It's Tauren, babe.
I don't think I've ever heard a song of his.
It's Tauren.
Wait, what's a song on the radio of his?
Shut the mouths of lions, bring this bones to life,
Oh,
and
yeah.
show me what you're famous for.
What you're famous for.
I believe.
That's with Jen Johnson. Actually, I kind of like that song.
you. I believe in you.
Okay, so Paul's really the one who wants to sing. All right, so this is the beginning. This is the first lyric.
What do you got, baby?
He's crazy about you.
Okay, give me the phone.
Don't want to live without
It's
you.
not Frank Sinatra, babe.
He
This is
traded
Tauren.
the stars for a chance at your heart, just to show you it's true.
Are you even trying? Give me my phone.
If that's me trying, we're all in big doo-doo.
Hand it over.
Yeah, I have no idea how that song
This is
goes.
probably how it goes. I had not heard this song before until this whole
so you know how it goes.
this whole controversy came about, and then I pulled it up in my Instagram to put music.
This is probably how it goes.
I can't remember though. You kidding me? You think I can remember how it goes on my Instagram? You guys tell me,
That's
those of you
true.
who have heard the song. He's crazy about you. Didn't want to live without you. He traded the stars a chance. No, that's just the tune to his other song. Here-
Oh my!
Oh, you couldn't pick up on that?
Now I did.
So here's the controversy, you guys.
Apparently, I was way closer.
Oh, brother. All right. So
Yeah, what's the controversy here? So far, I haven't really heard a controversial
Tauren
thing.
Wells writes this song, and apparently a number of people, he's been getting backlash, and he actually got on his Instagram posted an Instagram video saying, I've been getting backlash for this song. There are radio stations, here's a quote, even radio programmers won't play it, he said. It has been denied by at least 13 radio stations. And he goes on in the video to say, there's been a good number of people that are not happy with me for the lyrics to this song. So I thought we would read the specific lyrics that he's getting pushback for and see how we feel.
Well, did he say he was sorry or
I didn't watch the entirety of the video.
Wow.
But I think ultimately he was saying, I want to be open to valid pushback, but I don't see where this song is wrong in its theology.
Okay. Got it.
So the song is called Crazy About You, and the lines in question are this. He's never been mad at you. He's only been madly in love. And then the other line in question is, he's never held your past against you. He's only held you close.
Okay.
Those are the two lines that are getting criticized.
Oh boy.
Let's focus on ooh,
What's happening? Oh,
phone alert.
Amber Alert.
Hope they,
Lord, find the person.
yeah. He's never been mad at you. He's only been madly in love. How do we feel about that?
He's never been mad at you. He's only been madly in love. Well, wrong. which is why we were all going to go to hell. Which is why the world was flooded, which is why so many terrible things happen.
Oh, so you're just out of the gate, like, I strongly dislike those lyrics.
Yeah, I think that they're dumb. I just like, why did you have to put that in? That's so just not true, Tauren. Love you. I appreciate your other song. I don't know if it's totally biblically accurate, but I like it. And it's just frustrating, guys. I'm getting to the point in my life where I am just so done with people saying things that are just not in the Bible or like so clear in the Bible, but then they're like, who cares if the Bible's clear about it? He's never been mad at you guys. Not one time.
Well,
not once.
The Archon says, I mean, God has definitely been mad at people. I think what Morgan just described, that's the issue. I actually don't dislike the lyrics as vehemently as Morgan. I didn't listen to his whole, video.
The second phrase or line, whatever, I didn't find as big of a deal because I don't know, what was it?
So he's never been mad at you. He's only been madly in love.
Okay.
And then the second one was, he's never held your past against you. He's only held you close.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm like as against that because I don't think that the Lord holds our past against us. I think that like as soon as you ask for forgiveness, you're forgiven, and that's that.
One thing, Morgan, I wanted to do was, I'm kind of like, okay, when I hear those lyrics, he's never been mad at you. He's only been madly in love. I'm like, okay, well, biblically, can we all acknowledge there are times when God has been very angry?
Yeah. At people.
But maybe he's writing to people that, I was kind of like, let me look at the lyrics before that stanza or line, because maybe he's writing to people that have accepted Jesus and are walking with Jesus. Mm-hmm. So it says, he's crazy about you, didn't want to live without you. He traded the stars for a chance at your heart just to show you it's true. He's crazy about you, died so you didn't have to, tore your failure apart. Now he wears your scars. That's how much he loves you. He's never been mad at you. He's only been madly in love. And it's, so he continues. So here's my issue. I said that I wasn't as vehemently as opposed as you are, or outraged.
Uh-huh.
But unfortunately, you kind of mentioned you are upset at the genre kind of this song. Mm-hmm. There's this genre that has emerged, and it is what and Morgan and I would both describe it as the genre of, you are so perfect.
You could do no wrong.
You are so loved, and you are so worthy just as you are. And it's like, okay, like you're missing a whole other side of the gospel, mm-hmm. which is,
we were sinners, so God sent his only son to die for us because of how sinful we were. We could not save ourselves.
And, it goes kind of back to like, I suppose every single Christian song doesn't have to have like, you have to hit this point and this point and this point of the gospel. But when you start putting lines like this, it's kind of like, okay, it just falls into it seems that you're falling too heavy on one side and you're missing the fullness of the balanced gospel. Again, I think you could read this, and I read it I was at a family gathering, and I read this, and someone in the family was like, I don't see anything wrong with it. What's wrong with it? And so could we be making too big a deal? Sure. Morgan and I on our journey are just trying to like be pretty careful with the theology behind the music, and maybe we go a little overboard. I'm really curious to hear your all's thoughts.
That's funny though, because I think that I went overboard and like refused to listen to like any type of worship music basically, unless they were like hymns, because I was just like, I can't even possibly listen to stuff that could possibly be a little bit off or whatever.
Yeah.
Or add to or whatever. And then I felt like the Lord was like, calm it down, woman. And so I feel like he's pulled me back and relaxed me a lot. And so I think like just that line just reminds me of the other song of like, wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to let you down. I mean, come on, people. I just can't. I can't with these lyrics.
Because you're kind of like saying there's nothing you can do to let God down, when in reality, like if you are rejecting him with your life and living in sin, is that not letting God down? And that it just gets very like...
Yeah, it's just like so goofy to me. And so I don't like songs that have little lines like that. Even if it's just like they say it one time, I'm just like, it's too much. One time is too much.
To Tauren's credit, he did say like, I think I saw it in the caption of his video. It was like, I'm open to hearing and being challenged in my theology, even though the essence of his video from the little bit I saw was kind of like, I don't see an issue with it. Here's what I mean by it. Even though he didn't see it during the video, he did say that he's open.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan, what I was actually reading, listening to some scripture earlier. I'm reading in Psalms, and this verse from Psalms 5 came through my phone speakers. It says, Psalms 5:4, for you are not a God who delights in wickedness. Evil may not dwell with you. The boastful shall not stand before your eyes. You hate all evildoers. And then you go back to his song, he's never been mad at you. He's only been madly in love.
He's never been mad at you. I'm just like, are y'all crazy?
Well, and then I thought to myself, okay, but let's just, for the sake of, it is the same God, but this new covenant and Jesus' work on the cross, did Jesus ever refer to himself or Father God hating or being mad? And I thought of the verse in John, and I went to it. It's John 3:36. Jesus is talking, and he says, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life, for God's wrath remains on them.
He sounds mad.
Is there an incredible love that Jesus showed by literally enduring the cross? Is there an incredible love that God showed by sending his one and only Son? Absolutely. But there's a danger to just sink too far down that path, and then suddenly you start to kind of stiff arm the other side of it, which is there's wrath of God that is going to come for the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
And praise God that while we were sinners, he rescued us from that wretched state. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And that seems to be lacking in the Air One, K-Love, a lot of those songs.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I really want to see what you guys have to say here.
Timmy, thank you for your super chat, Timmy.
Whoa, Timmy. Thank you for your generosity, brother. Appreciate it, man.
He says, whenever people decide to use non-biblical language to describe their feelings, that's when you create confusion. I think there can be beauty in our strength, but what about glorifying his strength in our weaknesses? Yeah.
Wow. Timmy, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Timmy's a smart dude. And we got a super chat from Kristin Mack. No message there, but thank you for your generosity, Kristin.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that. You guys weigh in right now in the live chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say. That's Morgan and I's perspective. Comment where you guys are at with it.
The Archon is being a little sassy to some people. You need to calm it down, buddy.
Woo! I mean, the Archon did say, I knew Morgan would have a solid take on this.
Thank you.
Lauren says, I don't see God holding sinners close, but their choice. He also has just anger. Again, maybe Tauren, in his mind as he was writing this, was thinking this is to children of God.
But children of God can make God mad by deciding I'm going to live in sin. Maybe he would be like, well, that's more disappointment than mad. And be like, okay, well,
But there's nothing I can do to let God down.
Write that into your song.
He would cross an ocean to never let me drown.
Oh, wow. Mary Jewel, what's up, girl? She says, I really love songs that actually quote real scripture. Really loving Left and Right Ministries music right now. Husband and wife team.
Ooh.
I'll have to check them out. Left and Right Ministries. Very interesting.
Jesus Loves Coaster said he doesn't get mad, he gets disappointed. I don't know, because, again, to me, mad and angry go hand in hand, and angry and disappointed don't go hand in hand. Like, angry at, at the wicked, angry at sinners is a notch above disappointment.
Yeah. Someone mentioned, like, well, these radio stations that aren't playing his music are still playing numerous songs just like it. And I am like really curious, because to me, I'm like, why would you play Gyra if you won't play this song? To me, it's the same thing. It's like this very similar lines of like
similar premise.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do to let God down. God's madly in love with you, and he's never been mad.
Was there another line in Gyra that was like weird? That was like,
You are enough. You're always enough. More than... But no, that's
so
talking to...
I am enough.
Is that what it is? Is that
Yeah.
what there's the controversy behind that one?
Yeah, there were people.
What do you
were
guys
like,
think? Guys, anybody in the chat think we're being too hard on Tauren, too nitpicky?
You're not enough, and that's okay.
Leading worship well. Okay, this guy, let's assume he knows this little bit. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
He says, the more interesting part of the story is Christian radio stations suddenly acting like they care about theology in the songs they play on air. Oh, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
That's hilarious.
Woo!
But accurate.
Michaela Huffman says, exactly. I get the sentiment behind the lyric here, but it really softens and even potentially undermines the gospel. So, Tauren, there have been people who've watched our videos before who are, Christian contemporary artists. There's been several that I can think of that like messages. So, Tauren, you said in your post you're open to being challenged in your theology. I mean, you have a number of people in the chat that are sharing concerns, which Morgan and I echo, about this song. So perhaps take that, add it to your, reflection on your song, and go from there. Love you, bro. I'm for you, but we're not loving these lyrics. Timmy Jesus Freak says, what do you guys think about the lyrics in You Say by Lauren Daigle? You say I am...
You say I am loved, and I can't feel a thing.
You say I am strong when I think I am weak.
And
You
I
believe.
oh, I believe what you say to me.
What do you think of those, Morgan?
I think that's fine.
I can't think of a verse in that song where I'm like, ooh.
I keep going in my mind saying
I mean, I guess Timmy could think like just by and then it does start getting a little like when are you going too far? Maybe you could think like she's singing You Say I Am Loved when I can't feel a thing you say, and it's like what if again, kind of the same principle, you're rejecting God with your life. Well, I mean that could maybe get a little murky. What? I'm just saying.
You went there.
What? For God so loved the world, while we were yet sinners, he died for us. So there's still a love, I would say, that's there. He's hoping that we, even sinners would return to him.
So invalid of what you just said.
But he does hate the workers of iniquity.
I think the song is fine. I guess the first line that was like, I keep hearing voices in my mind that say I'm not enough.
So does she need to visit?
Well, I'm kind of like,
does she need to visit Isaiah Saldivar?
Stop.
No, I'm serious. If she, I mean, does she need a deliverance?
Can you stop talking
What?
right now?
What? Does she need a deliverance? If she's hearing voices in her mind saying she's not enough.
I think the voices in her mind saying I'm not enough, well, that's accurate. You're not enough, and that's okay.
Dude, Morgan literally, and by the way, Isaiah, if you watch this,
God
if you watch this, Isaiah, I would be curious your thoughts on that. Would you suggest a deliverance needs to be had?
She doesn't mean she's hearing demons in her head, okay?
Where are the voices coming from?
Do you not have dumb thoughts that cross your mind?
Occasionally.
Do you think they're demons? Exactly. So zip it.
Morgan, here's an interesting thing. Timmy suggested, hey, what do you guys think of this song? You just pretty much turned the song on its head because she's saying, I keep hearing voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Mm-hmm. But God says I'm enough.
Well, but she doesn't say that, though. She never says in the song, but I am enough.
Okay.
She doesn't say that. Oh, you are really something.
What'd I do?
He is just trying to run.
What'd I do?
And be controversial as ever.
I'm not trying to be... Timmy Jesus Freak was the one who did it. Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, goodness. All right.
Hey, you guys, real quick, before we get to the last question of the stream, I need to give a patron shout-out. I've seen a lot of patrons on the live chat. We had our patron Zoom call recently, and I just wanted to say the trailer for our new project, it's a big project, and we're very excited about it. The trailer for it will be out right after Christmas. Does that sound correct to you?
Correct.
Right after Christmas, and then the ball will just continue rolling after that. So get ready. Be on the lookout for the brand new trailer, and we already dropped it on Patreon for the patrons. But I'm just letting you guys know, be ready for that. And if you guys want to support what we're doing on this channel and then the work and investment we're putting into this new project, consider becoming a patron if you are not. Love having you guys. All right, last question of the stream. I did want to just open it up to more Q&A, but this little one, we're getting up early for Florida in the morning. She said, Paul, let's keep it an hour. And I said, you got it, baby. So last question of the stream. You guys, bring it home. Bring it home. Bring it home with a last question of the stream that really is fun. It can even be a little sassy.
Yes.
Now let me drink my pride in peace.
Your pride and peace. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough.
Let's duet this thing. Oh, I said let's duet this thing so I can jump in.
I know, but I can't. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I think that these voices are telling me I don't measure up. Your turn, your verse. While people are writing in.
I have absolutely no idea.
Jump to the chorus.
'Cause you say I am loved and I can't feel a thing. And you say, oh.
You know what? Just forget. You know what?
Yeah.
No.
And
Forget
I can't feel a thing. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, take it away, baby.
No, go ahead.
I can tell somebody doesn't want to do a duet.
Go. And you say I'm weak.
You say I am weak.
No.
All right, keep going, baby. You take it away.
No.
People are writing in. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Keep singing, baby. Just keep serenading us. I'm going to give them 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds to write in the last question of the stream. Sadie asks, how much is a monthly payment to be a patron? $5 is like jump into patron. $5, support what we're doing, get some perks, and then there are other tiers with additional perks to it. But love to have you guys at whatever level you're able to do it. Be a blessing.
Lauren, thank you so much for your super chat. And she says, Mark and Jordan from the chat might be the first P&M date. Worth a celebration.
Say what?
Whoa. You better sing.
Mark and Jordan. Goodness gracious.
Well, we love to hear it and want to see it happen. All right. Give us our question, babe.
The last question of the stream. Okay, let me keep singing, Morgan. I'm finding it.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me in all my days.
You still don't want to do it.
I've been held in your
No,
from the moment that I wake up
no duets tonight.
until I close my eyes.
Until you close your head.
Until I bow my head. I don't even know. I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God.
Oh, come on. Keep going, baby.
And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. Every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. All right. Come on.
Last question.
Glad you guys enjoyed that.
That was, babe, I like when you sing seriously. I do.
Thanks. We're going to have a worship night on here, hopefully in January or February, so get ready.
Keep singing, Morgan. Oh, that was our wedding song. Cameron Marinick says.
Cute.
Morgan sounds like a Christian Disney princess.
Oh, that's sweet.
Morgan, I'll be honest. There haven't been that many questions that have really jumped out to me.
Okay.
To end the stream.
Okay.
So, here's the two that are jumping
Just
out.
Pick.
Just
pick.
I mean,
Yes.
it goes to I think it's got to be that one. Lydia Craft asks, can you scroll up and find it, Morgan?
I don't think I can.
Oh, I will just say it. What is the best type of cheese? Now listen. What is the best type of cheese? There is a lot of forms that cheese can take.
Queso.
I was going to say, you got to think of like the solid and kind of more soft ones and liquefied ones as well. Best kind of cheese in the live chat. Go right now.
Queso.
So queso is the most unhealthy kind of cheese. And is queso, I mean...
Yes, it's cheese melted.
But with milk added.
Not always, but maybe.
Okay, but I'll give it to you. I'll say it is a form of cheese.
Oh, it's definitely a form of cheese.
What's your number 2?
Bellavitino Merlot.
Bellatino Merlot.
Bellavitino Merlot.
Okay. I was thinking you might say, what's the real soft one you like sometimes?
Brie.
Brie.
I do love brie cheese. That's my third.
Brie cheese really gets to me intestinally.
Yes, it does.
It does something to my intestines.
We all suffer for it.
Let me see what you guys are saying, and then I will pick mine. I think I have mine. We got extra sharp white cheddar, Gouda.
Michaela Hubb says mozzarella is great with chocolate. Ew.
Cheese is versatile though.
I know it is. Like, I like cheese and apples, cheese and crackers, cheese and pretzels,
cheese and salads,
cheese and salads,
cheese and pretzels
on pasta,
cheese on pasta, shredded cheese on a number of things. You can put shredded cheese on almost anything.
Yeah, but with chocolate, that's a no.
Sorry, Michaela. Morgan's nixing it. Gouda, mozzarella, goat cheese, Borson cheddar espresso cheese, Lauren says.
Sounds scary.
It's sharp and smooth. That does sound scary. Mozzarella, goat cheese, raw smoked Gouda. Fresh mozzarella. The cheese that led to the formation of the Green Bay Packers. Mark Moore says.
Oh, boy.
Mark, you are funny. Mozzarella, end of story.
Okay, cheesecake is a thing. You're right. Chocolate cheesecake is a thing, Timmy, but it's not the same.
Did Timmy say chocolate cheesecake?
Yes. Well, he was just saying, chocolate and cheesecake
Oh, I see.
is a thing. It ain't the same, and you know it.
That's true. Shelby says mild sharp cheddar. Lindsay says none. Smoked Gouda. Abby says brie, sharp cheddar, mozzarella, sharp cheddar. Man, we're getting like a lot of the cheddars and the mozzarellas.
Interesting. Y'all need to open your palate.
Wow. Called out by Morgan. Pepper jack cheese. Lydia, the one who asked the question, says,
I did say queso as mine, so I can't be too,
True.
But I love many other cheeses.
Lydia says,
Goat cheese in with like blueberries, like rolled. So good.
Lydia,
all right, what's yours name?
Lydia says, Ashikawa cheese.
I'm sorry, Lydia.
you tell me how to pronounce that. Thank you.
Oaxaca?
Uh-huh.
Oaxaca.
Okay.
No idea.
Wow, egg on your face. The Archon says, Cabot wickedly habanero cheddar cheese.
That sounds terrifying and would definitely be putting this guy in the potty for a long time.
Okay. No, the only one that puts me in the potty, is Brie.
If Brie can do that to you, habanero, whatever the heck that was, cheese can do that to you.
No, that sounds delicious. I think that would go down smooth.
All right, babe. What
Archon,
is yours?
Archon, does it go down smooth? Be honest. Timmy Jesus Freak says, I agree. Queso with Morgan.
Thank you.
I was going to say, Morgan, that mine would be a smoked Gouda. I love a good smoked Gouda. But
my least favorite.
But now the Archon has got me salivating for this habanero cheese.
But remember that smoked red cheddar that I got?
Very good.
That was bomb.
Red cheddar. Try
So
that if
good.
you can. Try that from the grocery market. All right, guys.
All right.
Be blessed. I'm going to get this woman to bed, and so she can get ready for the drive tomorrow. We will be posting on Instagram. We like to post when we travel. So if you want to keep up with us on our Florida adventures with Nate and Sutton and crew.
Oh, my goodness.
I ate some cheese earlier. Follow us on Instagram at Morgan August, at Paul August. Thank you guys for being here. Love ya. Excited for the new project. We'll see you guys very soon. Actually, we will take next week off since we'll be in Florida having a vacation, but then we'll be back the following week to P&M After Dark and the new project launching here soon. Be blessed. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Have hope.
And be free.
Hey guys, as you may have noticed, we get very few brand deals. A big reason for that is because we make unashamedly Christian content.
We've had brand deals taken away from us because people who don't like us reach out to them and demand that they cancel us.
Due to the fact that we stand on what the Bible says and we don't conform to culture.
Which is why our patrons, the names you see here, are so important.
You guys really are the lifeblood of this ministry. We could not do it without you all.
If you guys believe in this content and you want to partner with us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/Paulandmorganshow or click the link in the description.
Go team. That was the one.